Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into a baller of an American single malt whiskey. And by that, I mean we're getting into Baller American Single Malt. So before we get into today's review, please do me that favor, like, comment, subscribe. Helps us out a ton and we appreciate the support. But let's go ahead and get in today's review, which is Baller American Single Malt. Yes, Baller. The Baller. That is designed to kind of look more like a Japanese malt more than an American single malt. But in fact, it is an American single malt from California. So this is a 3-year-old California single malt. So it's an American single malt from California from St. George Spirits, and it is 47% ABV, and I got it for $65 or so in my area, so around like the $65 range, which is pretty normal for an American single malt. So looking on their website, which I know, weird, strange, oh my god, did I actually look something up before I did the review? Yes, this time I did because I was confused. The bottle looks like a Japanese malt. It looks like Japanese whiskey, but it's an American whiskey. It's an American single malt made in California by Americans. But it does appear from their website that they're kind of trying to embody the great parts. Like essentially, it's an American single malt made in the style of Japanese malt, and it's kind of supposed to try to embody that. I know a lot of American single malt distilleries do kind of like Scottish tradition, try to like kind of embody Scotch or Scotch-esque notes in their American single malt. This one is trying to go for the Japanese malt. So lighter, brighter, more citrusy fruits. Let's go ahead and get on the nose and see if they did that, in fact, on the nose. Yeah. Yep. This is so bright. Citrus, honey, little bit of a vanilla, nice like orange slice. It's kind of hoppy too, like an IPA, like beer hops. I don't think I've ever had a whiskey that smells or tastes like an IPA. Like I've had some whiskey that's kind of like stouty-ish, like stouts, dark beers, but I've never had a whiskey that's kind of like a bright, citrusy, hoppy IPA, and that's exactly what this is. Honestly, my best note on the nose, hops, like IPA beer hops. It's like a triple IPA. And I mean, all IPAs are usually like very citrus forward, and this one's citrus, honey, and then hops. That's funky. Let's go ahead and get on the palate. What the heck? That is so weird. It's IPA. It's like that hoppy IPA side. And then it gets this little bit of a honey, vanilla, a little bit of oak, brown sugar. Very, very large amounts of like a lemon, orange, citrusy note as well. This is weird as shit. This is such a weird. I know I say I love weird stuff, and honestly, this might be too weird for me. Honestly, best note I can do is if you took like a hazy IPA, like something that's super hoppy, distilled it. This is exactly what that. Distilled it, put it in oak for like 3 years. This is it. This is a distilled IPA. Best note, super citrus forward, hazy IPA with a lot of hops. Hops, citrus, nice vanilla, brown sugar. I mean, it's a little bit more IPA-y on the nose, and then on the palate, there's a little bit more brown sugar oak influence, so it kind of mellows out that sharp weirdness of the hoppy notes. But it's weird. It's like a hoppy beer-esque whiskey. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't like it. So I'm leaning I like it, but it's weird as shit. This is such a weird whiskey. That being said, I do kind of see where they're going with this, though. It's a mix of making an American single malt seem like a Japanese single malt. Like, Japanese single malts are always light, very bright, very citrusy. This is the brightest, lightest, most citrus forward American single malt I've ever tried. Like, American single malts, usually it's darker. It's that American just in a single malt. And you can't get that anywhere else outside of America, pretty much, from what I've seen and tried. But this one is like so similar to a Japanese single malt that honestly I would say this is more a Japanese single malt than it is an American single malt. It's weird. It doesn't... I don't know how I feel about this. This is a weird whiskey. That being said, I don't think it's bad. I think it's still a good whiskey. It's just, I don't think it's really my jam. So, are we a buy bar or a pass with this? I'm gonna say I'm a bar. Yes, bar this. If you can try this and get a sample of it, bar. If you're a huge fan of, say, like Japanese whiskey, I would say this is right down the alley of that Japanese whiskey. Just for me, I'm more an American single malt than I am anything else kind of guy. So for me, this isn't quite hitting the mark for me, but it is very Japanese whiskey-esque, and it's weird. It's like hazy IPA weird. I don't get it. This is a fun review. That being said, this is the end of the review. If you're into Japanese whiskey, I would for sure say, and you're in America, so you can actually get this stuff, I would for sure say pick it up. It's definitely worth picking up if you're into that kind of flavor profile. If you're unsure about it, bar it. I'm a bar. I would bar this for sure. But yeah, do us that favor, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know down below what you guys thought about my review. Let me know down below if you've tried this. What's your thoughts of this? Because this is, again, weird. Super freaking weird. Also, check out the Instagram, Facebook, and the Patreon. The links for all that stuff are down there below. That's a wrap for this video, folks. We will see you later. Cheers.